Hello everyone, this is Barely Cedric, and today we are continuing the Fabled Valley Zoo, where I make my favorite, I can say all-time favorite movie, The Little Mermaid. I don't know, I don't know about you guys. Little Mermaid is just always been my favorite movie of all time. Like I love the songs, especially Part of Your World. It's just I don't know. Every time I hear Part of Your World, just a little kid inside of me just squeals, literally. And yeah, like The Little Mermaid is one of the best movies out there. Prove me wrong. There are some things that I do will say is kind of odd, like, you know, technically Ariel signed a contract, but she broke the contract and broke the promise. But even though that's the case, Little Mermaid is still one of my favorites, especially Under the Sea, like the song. I just love that song so much. Like every time I just, on the go, I will just start singing like Part of Your World or just Under the Sea. It's always been my favorite tunes, even until now. Actually, I've been liking it since like kid. Like since I was younger, I always loved listening to, Part of Your World. Well, Under the Sea, but nowadays I'm more towards Part of Your World. Especially when I heard the orchestral version. Yeah, there's a bunch of orchestral versions, and I loved those versions. And then when I heard, like the live action, I listened to. Wait, no, actually, I remember it so well. When I wanted to watch the live action, even though the audio, like, the soundtrack have been released, I made a vow to myself that I'm not going to listen to the song until I watch the movie. So when I watched the movie, my reaction was, I can say raw. And I was in awe, especially when Ariel was, on a rock and then the wave, and I'm just even I'm still mesmerized to this day. It's still one of my favorite scenes, and here I'm trying to represent a bunch of different things from the movie. If you guys can guess, in here, of course, in here I am making Ariel's grotto, and there's a bunch of stuff that I added. It's usually vases because I'm guessing that back in the day, or at least where it sets, is you know um like vintage stuff. So that's why I'm trying to find stuff that is not too modern in Panzu. So yeah, I guess that's for the Ariel Grotto. I do know that the story sets place according to Disney's in Mediterranean, and I picked the animals for this is the Californian sea lion and the gray seal. Gray seal. Wait, does the gray seal live in Mediterranean? Well, of course, Californian sea lion does not live near the Mediterranean, but the gray seal, I believe, lives. Well, it's near. I do know that they live like throughout the UK and stuff. And wait, let me check. The gray seal. No, they're not. They're not in the Mediterranean, but they're the only two marine species we have in the game. Like fully marine species. Other than that, I have never like. I don't think they're adding anymore. I hope they'll be adding more marine animals. I don't think they're making DLCs anymore. But it feels kind of weird. Not weird. It just feels kind of sad that the last pack is Barnyard Animal Pack. Don't get me wrong. I love the petting. Like the guests being able to pet the animals, but I feel like I would prefer birds as like the last pack, or uh like marine animals as the last pack instead of just like barnyard animals. And I'm really hoping that Planet Zoo will release like just quote unquote the final DLC. So I cannot wait for that. And I think I've said it like in the last video. I cannot wait for Planet Coaster 2. and I see they have water parks. So perhaps if there is a Planet Zoo 2, we're going to go ahead and get that marine animals. That's what I'm trying to say. And here, actually, oh yeah, for the Ariel models, I'm going to go ahead and link my Steam workshop. I have released this like a few years back, like I believe last year during the Ultimate Princess celebration. I made a lot of different Disney princesses. So if you guys are interested in making, a fairy tale themed zoo, I will highly suggest you guys checking out my build on the Disney princess models. I have all 14 of them, I believe. Yes, sorry, 15. I added Raya a while back, actually. But Raya is not a part of the Ultimate Princess collection, so you guys do need to find it a little bit, but it's still in my workshop anyway, so maybe I'll link her, perhaps. But I have made all the Disney princesses. Well, literally 12 Disney princesses, 12 official, not including Raya, of course, that's new. Also includes Anna and Elsa, but I made their original version instead of their Frozen 2 because I have not made that yet. So if you guys I mean, I hope you guys enjoy the Disney princess builds. I do know a lot of people liking the build, so I hope you guys will like it as well. And I see a lot of creations actually with the models, especially the mermaid, the Ariel. A lot of people made a lot of people actually recreated and make their own versions of the mermaid, like they just recolor Ariel and stuff, and there's a lot of them circulating um in in the workshop. So I'm really surprised that a build can be so meaningful, I can say, to many people. I'm just grateful that everyone is just have being is able to create their own versions, from the build that I made. So that really warms my heart, to be honest. And here, I made the lake too big. So I wanted to make a big lake. I forgot how small sea lions are. And at first, I wanted to do. Wait, what was I wanted to do? I wanted to add like mods into the game. So, like adding dolphins and stuff. That would make way more sense. But sadly, in Nexus mod, no marine mod is available except the vampire squid. And don't get me wrong, the vampire squid sounds cool, but for a big, pool lake for just a few vampire squid, it does not feel, right. Also, the scene that I also made here, not only Ariel's grotto and also the coral reef, but also the kiss the girl scene. The scene where Eric, well, not Eric, well, Sebastian tries to make Eric fall in love with Ariel so that he will kiss her so she can have her voice back and live happily ever after, I guess. So I tried to recreate that, and with the fireflies I have made previously, I just placed that onto the trees with adding the willows everywhere, and it looks pretty. Like even until now, me making this and when I was making the cinematic shots, I was still at all on how well, I guess I can say breathtaking. It sounds a little shameless plug, but oh well. And I don't know, it's just Little Mermaid is just something that's always resonates with me, and I think because I quote unquote have a connection to the ocean, I do sound like Moana, but I'm not joking. I always love the ocean. Like I always love going to aquariums or just going to the beach, with my cousins and just play in the tide pools, trying to find critters. So I guess not sorry, the ocean whole have a place in my heart, I can say. That's all what I'm trying to say here. The ocean have a place in my heart. And I don't know, so that's why I guess that I always love movies like Moana and Ariel, is because, I always love the ocean. And like I said again, if indeed Planet Zoo came with a marine pack, I'll probably change this into for for marine animals like fish or like dolphins. Or I don't think they're adding dolphins. I remember saying that, not I remember me saying, but I remember them saying that they are not going to add dolphins because they want to be a modern zoo. So most modern zoos does not support dolphins in captivity. Um, but like I will be okay with any species of marine animal other than like seals. Like seals, sea lion, pinnipeds. Like other than that, I will be happy. Just give me manatees, or maybe give me like sharks. I will be happy. I'll buy that pack right away. Like no questions asked, to be honest with you. And there was a few things that was kind of hard for me in building this. One of it was the castle. So right now I'm in this video, I guess. Currently, I'm trying to make Eric's castle, and Eric's castle is so, I can say, poor this proportionate. Wait, poor. Why can't I speak? It's just the shapes and stuff. The proportions are so weird. I can say it's kind of wonky in a way, so it was kind of hard for me to try to recreate in Planet Zoo. Yeah, Planet Zoo is of course using the grid system, so it was kind of hard. So I tried my best to copy, the shapes of the castle. And I actually have made uh, Eric's castle a while back. Actually, I believe also last year I made, you know, the well, I mean, like I said before, the Eric's castle for when I did not video this. This is before I made this YouTube channel. I made a fairy tale zoo, and that fairy tale zoo I also added the Little Mermaid. So I can say that I recreate the castle, or attempt to. I do will say this is better than the Little Mermaid castle I made back then, because back then it was so big and it was supposed to be a shelter for animals, so there was a few parts that were missing. And now I try to recreate to look, so it will look better. I have added this build to the Steam Workshop, so if you guys are interested in Eric's castle, you guys can go ahead and find it there. And I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the build, because this build is quite long. This is the longest build I have made ever. This took me 4 days. 1 day for filming. The rest of the day is for, well, building everything, you can say. Planning out and stuff. It took me 3 days. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the speed build, and see you guys later on the cinematic shots. You guys are going to see some cinematic shots of the build I made in just a little bit, so I hope you guys enjoy the cinematic shots I made. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Have a nice day everyone, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Bye!